to start with, who are you and what do you do? And this is for each person individually.
I'm Maggie, and I play bass, and I do the screaming in the band, and I share vocals with CJ. Hi, I'm CJ. I'm the oldest, and I play guitar and kind of share lead vocals with Maggie. And I'm Lulu, and I'm the drummer, and I do a little bit of singing here and there.
Okay, and describe your band.
So our band is a genre that we've created ourselves called beautycore, and it's all three sisters, it's all of us, but we play really heavy music, and so it has a really big shock factor, and we play it up more because we wear cheerleading uniforms on stage, and we just really play up the kind of girly aspect of it and all of the like contrast. And so it's really in your face, it's really energetic music, and it's a lot of fun.
Okay, I'm going to skip ahead to a question, and it's about the beautycore because you mentioned that. Explain what that is. And how did that get into Urban Dictionary? Did you guys put that there?
So beautycore is a genre that we created, and it's something that was kind of a joke when we first started it. We just kind of joked that, oh, we're metalcore and rock and girls mixed together, it's beautycore. And some of our friends that we were playing with said, you guys should actually take this and make it something. This is actually something you could do. And we've always received kind of like, you're not metal, you're not rock. And we're like, well, then what are we? So we like, you know what? We are going to do this. So we decided to make it its own genre, and our fans love it. They have just absorbed it as part of Team GFM. And we've even had, like, some people take on the role of beautycore and say, like, we're a beautycore band, which is really cool to see, like, women taking it on and making it, like, actually something. And it went from just an idea as a joke to something that people are actually identifying as, which is super cool.
Okay, and like I said, it's in Urban Dictionary, and it even has, it says something like Gold, Frankincense, and Myrrh are the best beautycore band there is. I'm not exactly how it's worded, but how did that get in there? Do you know?
So management that we have, they actually just submitted it just like as a kind of joke, because that was very much in the first stages of when we were joking about it and everything. And then before we knew it, they picked it up and they're like, yeah, we're going to put this in there. This is cool.
Okay.
We're like, okay, that's really cool.
Yeah. All right. And why did you decide to play this type of music?
So we originally were playing covers of like Skillet and like Casting Crowns and stuff, and it was just kind of rock music, and our dad really liked the like Petra and Skillet and like Christian rock type music. And originally it was just for our family thing, it was just going to be a hobby. And the more we started playing our instruments and like going to festivals and seeing what different kinds of music was out there, we're like, we really like this heavy stuff. And we went to Welcome to Rockville in 2014 with the music experience, and we got to see bands like Asking Alexandria and Bring Me the Horizon and like Motions and White. We got to play a couple shows with them, and so we understood then that like music could be really heavy and screamy and stuff, and it could still be melodic as well. And so that was what we were instantly drawn to. And just the more research we did, the more types of music we discovered, and the different ways you could play things or sing things. So it's kind of a continual like snowball effect of us just learning new things and throwing them in the mix.
Okay, and you all learned your instruments at a young age. And this is for each of you, is the current instrument that you play right now the first one that you learned, and are there any other instruments that you also can play?
So I'm Maggie, and the first instrument that I actually learned was piano. And so our parents, when they first put us in music lessons, they wanted us to start on piano. And so I stayed with that for a very long time. When I was 8, I started playing bass because everyone else had started playing other instruments, and our dad was like, oh, well, we need a bass player. Why don't you play the bass? Because you still play piano. And I was like, okay. And so I play piano and bass. I'm Lulu, and I started with drums, and then in middle school, when we were in like kind of the normal-ish school, I took band, so I know how to do a lot of the percussion, and I know some about like piano and stuff because of keys, or not keys. You took it out. Oh yeah, and I know some guitar because I took a guitar class. But yeah,
And I'm TJ, and like Maggie, my first instrument I learned was piano, but I didn't really stick with it because I didn't like it. But then I learned guitar, and that's what I've just been playing ever since.
Okay, and what are some of your favorite bands, movies, and sports? The reason I ask sports is because of the cheerleading uniforms.
So we really like A Day to Remember, just because we like their music, but we also like their stage presence and like their show and how involved with the fans they get at the show. So that's probably one of our like communal top favorite bands. We also like Butcher Babies and Fever 333 because of their stage performance. And while we might not like always agree with their lyrical content and just other stuff, we do really appreciate and respect their work from stage and how much they engage with fans. For movies, we are big Marvel and DC people. We used to dress up and go to the movie theaters as kids. Sometimes we still do. We're also really big into anime and stuff, so we love the Studio Ghibli films too. And then sports, we're actually not huge sport fans, but when it comes to hockey, we love hockey. Like, we've gone to a couple games and we just love getting into it and screaming, and that's probably our favorite sport to watch.
So I take it that's why you have the hockey jersey merch.
Yes, we wanted that for so long, and so when we were finally able to put it out, we're like, yes.
Okay. And as far as people, musicians, they don't have to be musicians, but any type of people, who are some of your inspirations, either musically or visually or just in life in general?
So a big one of ours, just kind of like aesthetically, and she's also a musician as well, as Life, and she has we just like her style and how she like engages her music with her graphic novels and stuff. And so the fact that she can write graphic novels and then have QR codes that'll take it to the album and the song that goes with it, that's really cool, and that's inspired us to kind of branch out and try to explore other avenues of being creative. We also love the aesthetics of the K-pop music videos. We always strive to kind of do as much as we can that they do, because their music videos are crazy and wild, and we love just the whole theme of them and how they have comebacks of all their albums and how hard and how much practice they put into each like song in each music video. So that's something we also try to inspire by.
Okay, and do you individually have Cog Numbers? Do you know what those are?
We don't actually have them.
Okay.
They've been coming to our shows for a while now, and we absolutely love every one of them, but we've never gotten a Cog number before.
Okay, I assumed that your mother did, because that's how I learned about your band about a year ago, was that she posted something about you guys.
Yeah, she's a huge part of that page, but I don't know if she actually has a number or not.
Okay.
I don't know if she's ever gotten one.
Right. Okay, and so what would you say are the major themes of your music? I see a lot of talking about overcoming obstacles and that type of thing, but what would you say they are?
Yeah, we definitely always want to put a positive aspect to our music, because we are Christians and we do play this music to be like a positive-based band and a faith-based band, and to share what we believe. But at the end of the day, if you don't want to believe in what we believe, that's fine. And we just want to have a positive outlet for people to listen to. And so if you come away from our music feeling better and feeling that you have the strength to overcome anything you're struggling with, that's our goal. And we want to be able to share our struggles with the world and our listeners, so they know that they're not alone, but also that they can get through it.
Okay, and a lot of bands and artists don't understand the importance of marketing and doing all of the non-music related aspects of the band. But you guys are really good with that. Is it something that was intuitive, or did it come more from your mother/manager, who I believe has a background in finance?
Yeah, it really came from our parents, because they're both really big in the business world, and they really wanted to help us make this, like, our passion into a corporation, so we can do this for as long as possible. So they really helped us see the business side of things, and they both have the degrees in finance. I mean, what is Dad? Like, his is just insurance, but marketing, all those type of things, and it really has helped us further our careers.
All right, good. And image is well, even though a lot of artists don't believe that it is that important, it really is. For you guys, you understand that. So how much work do you think goes into the image versus the actual songs? And how important do you think each really is to you?
They kind of integrate each other sometimes, because while it'll take a very long time sometimes to come up with that idea, or you can get like writer's block, and so you'll be halfway through a song and then it'll be a week before you can finish it because you just can't think of anything. So that part takes a different side of your brain to just kind of work with and become creative and really just get your feelings out there. And then from the marketing aspect and stuff, there's so much behind the scenes stuff that you don't even realize is important and you don't even realize exists until you actually get into that world and you have to start doing the stuff and figuring out what you have to do and figure out, oh, well, we did this wrong, we need to redo it and do it again so it's the right way. And then you have to market those songs. And so you kind of have to integrate them both because you have to promote the creative side, but you also have to find a way to make it marketable and make it attractive to look at or listen to and to bring people in. And so they kind of mesh with us because we want to market our songs as best as possible.
Yeah, like you said that you made some changes. What are some of the mistakes that you think that you've made better now?
Probably there's a lot of just progressing in the way we write and how much we write. So we used to kind of write just like one song a year and be done, and that's not really going to keep like a band alive. So we constantly are writing. We're constantly writing lyrics and just getting, like, if you have a melody in your head, not sitting on it and just waiting. Like, you have to record it and have to write it down or you will forget it. There's so many times we've forgotten really cool ideas and we're like, no. So definitely like just recording and getting it out and not being afraid to get those ideas out of your head, because we used to be very timid in that and not want to upset anyone. Be like, oh, okay, well, if you want to do it like that, then that's fine. And while that's okay in other areas, this is our band and we have to play the music and this is our message. So if we want it to be from us, we have to take control. And so being not like mean about it, but forceful, like, no, this is how the song should be, and not just letting someone else take the lead is something we've learned and grown through. It's not really a mistake, but just something that we've been able to kind of apply to our lives and actually take control of our music and be like, this is how we want it to sound. This is what we want to write about.
And we are very involved in like the business side as well. So we've made mistakes in like website production and everything. So we've had to go back through and fix website issues. Our website crashed a couple of times when it's been overloaded. So figuring out the best ways to have servers to like have pre-orders or something so your sales don't just completely crash when people are trying to buy stuff in the middle of all the hecticness of release day and everything. So just tiny things like that we're having to figure out, oh, well, maybe we programmed this the wrong way, or, oh, maybe this artwork should be changed a little differently. So just stuff like that. And like new social media too. I know when TikTok blowing up and Discord and all these things that people are like, oh, you're teenagers, you know how to do that. That's not true. A lot of teenagers just not know how to do this stuff. So trying to learn all these new social media platforms and how we can get our band's name out there even more has been not a struggle, but just a challenge. And trying to, what does this want? What does this type of media like? Do they like funny stuff? Do they like dancing? Like, it's just kind of figuring everything out.
Okay, and about how much time do you typically spend on band-related work? And that could be music or the social media or sales or anything.
Honestly, with us, the grind does not stop. We are constantly working, even if it's just, oh, well, let me post something here, or, oh, let me respond to the fans here on the social media page, because we do make it a point to be very involved with our fans. And whether Lou's editing a video or we're streaming on Twitch or we're doing stuff to get tours booked and everything. Merch shipped out. That takes forever. It's very much an everyday process, and at least part of the day, like 3/4 of the day is GFM stuff. And then on top of that, we are all still in school, so making sure that we are getting good grades and passing and also getting rest, because that's very important. It's always go, go, go. But we do have off days. We are not burning ourselves out.
Right.
Yeah, we've gotten good at multitasking too. So.
Yeah, that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand is how much work it really does entail to be in a band if you want to be able to make anything out of yourselves. So I don't know if you'll know the answer to this, but what percentage of your income comes from the music and from the merch and then concerts and then things like YouTube?
Well, with us, it's very much we try to keep money all with management, so we're not having to worry about that.
Okay.
But then there's always like the argument with like Spotify and iTunes and stuff where royalties are not as much as they used to be anymore. So that's why we try to get our fans involved and put as much merch out as possible so they not only, like, it'll help support us, but we want them to like what they're wearing. And we also have a Patreon now because we wanted to find something to make it like a VIP experience for our fans and for them to have like a VIP fan club. And so a lot of people we're saying, hey, how can we support you more? I own all your merch, but I want to support you. And so we have made it kind of like a GFM monthly subscription. So if you join our Patreon, like, you'll get something in the mail like every month. And sometimes it's a box of stuff that centered around what we're about to release, and sometimes it's like funny pictures of us or like note cards that encourage people, and we do like all this kind of exclusive live stream type stuff for them. So just always finding ways to give back to the fans because we know how much they support us.
Right. And you mentioned that the name that you have for your dedicated fans. Could you talk a little bit about that?
So our fan base is Team GFM, and we chose this. We had such a long period of time deciding what should we call them, and it just boiled down to Team GFM because we have the cheerleading outfits, we're a team, and honestly, the family that we have created in this environment and with our music is so incredible, and we really all act like a team because, as the famous saying goes, there's no I in team, and so not only with the band, with our fans and our management and the people producing the music and helping put it out, everyone is a part of Team GFM, and this team plans on winning every single game.
And what would you say is a typical fan if you have one?
So with us, there's not really a typical fan, except like the only thing that they have in common is that they're super, super hardcore GFM fans. Like, we have people from all over the world who are so unique, and they come together, and the thing that they bond over is their love for GFM, which is absolutely crazy. Like, it's crazy and mind-boggling to us because we have people now who are friends, and they live states apart, or they live in Germany, and they live in Florida, and they are super close because they talk about GFM, and they're starting to understand each other in other ways because they've gone to concerts together, and now they hang out, or they talk on social media. And so just kind of like that rabidness to be involved with GFM and to support GFM, that's the main underlying thing that we've started to see, which is absolutely incredible. Yeah,
I know that you were talking in a recent interview about a show in Oklahoma where people came from all over the place to see you guys. So.
Yeah, so we actually had a couple fans fly in. I think one lives in Indiana, one was in Florida. They flew to Atlanta and then flew into the show together and stayed together. We had like fans drive multiple hours to come see us. And then also in Indiana, that was like the first start of that tour. People were flying in, people were driving 19 hours to come see us. That was like, all these shows are starting to become so crazy with the amount of effort people are doing to come see us because they haven't been able to see us because of COVID and because of all other kind of crazy stuff. And so everyone's just kind of been stuck at the house. And so the fact that we had 6 shows this summer, they were going crazy to try and be part of that family reunion at the show.
Right. Okay, and what is significant about the 13th of every month?
Oh, the 13th of every month?
Yes. Do you still have that streaming day?
Oh, that's true. So it kind of dropped off when we released our new EP.
Okay.
Because everybody, they were like, pledging, I'm only going to listen to it. We're going to do it every single day. Yeah, they're just like, you know what, we're just going to listen to it every day of September for the new thing.
After September, we should definitely go back to 13th as national. It's not national, it's more like this the 13th everyone stream.
It's GFM Stream Day.
Okay, and your song Susan is really unique in what you did there. So could you explain what you did and how you came up with that idea and kind of how that all came together?
So Susan is kind of just a parody song that we've released, and we have characters that we play like in skits on live streams or in YouTube videos and stuff. And we have a character named Derek, and he is a pro skater who loves Skate 3, and he's dating Susan, and they have this relationship where they're in a war with the scooter gang, and it's like Romeo and Juliet.
Really just a long story. You got to go watch. There's videos on YouTube, and we should do it. We should do another video soon about them. And it's just, I saw a comment the other day that it's Derek's an actual person, and I was like, have we caused this much confusion? Have we truly caused this? Because they're just characters I would play to have fun.
Right.
And we wanted to put out an entire song because there was a song that we were just making up on the fly on the live stream one time for a Valentine's Day skit, and people wanted it to be an actual song, and we're like, we just kind of made that up as we were going. And they're like, no, well, you can record it. I want the song. No, you will make it. And so we had to go back and watch the live stream and figure out what we were just doing, and we got contacted by Songlinker to do a try out their fan experience that they are trying to promote and put out. I think it was still kind of in the beta version, and they were still testing things out. So we got to go live through Twitch and Songlinker and write the song with our fans. And so we already had the chorus and everything, and the guitar parts and stuff. And we're like, we need your help to write the verses. If you want this actual song, we want it to be something that you would enjoy, that you think Derek would like. And so we got our fans that they were scared to write stuff. They like putting more lyrics than everybody else. And so that was really crazy to have such an involvement, and it was really cool to see people coming out of their shells and just really enjoying themselves. And to be the first band to do that with Songlinker was an absolute privilege, and we appreciate them so much for letting us do that. And so we recorded the songs ourselves. We filmed the video ourselves because it's something that we're starting to try and do more with just our actual music, not just parody stuff. Yeah. So that was kind of like a test drive for our own skills, which it was fun. It was surprising though. Well, it got us into AP, so I don't know if that says something, but put it on their website and in their playlist. So
yeah. So you said that some people thought that Derek may be a real person, but some of the videos I've seen have you dressed up as him and then going on the roof and throwing a mannequin off, saying that it was a stunt and all. So, but so let's go to your new EP, Operation Takeover. Talk a little bit about that and some of the songs that are on it.
So Operation Takeover was, I feel like it's something that everybody really wanted, and we were writing stuff and we didn't know how early we would put it out, and we knew that people needed it. They were hungry for more, and honestly, we were hungry to put new stuff out because after Oh the Horror, we were like, let's do more. This is so great. Yeah. And we had been touring super hard after Oh the Horror came out. And so we had all this free time just to get release stuff ready because everything shut down. And so we got to work on it with Joey Sturgis. He and a bunch of other talented writers were just very involved in the process. And it was really cool to have people who were on the same wavelength as us, and everybody kind of understood where our minds were at. We wanted to have this album of just absolute strength and empowerment, and finding that place of confidence and understanding that there are weaknesses that you have to work on, but letting that become your strength instead of letting it tear you down. And so Taking Over, it was just a song we wrote for our fans to not only get them interacted with the crowd at live shows and stuff, but to also just remind them that this is a team, that we're taking over the world together, and that we're stronger together, and that we're going to be there if somebody falls, we're going to be there to pick them back up. So songs like that, and songs like I Don't Need Your Fantasy, just letting people know that you don't have to live up to what society is forcing you to believe. You can be your own person, and you don't have to be forced into certain stereotypes. So it's very much a coming to terms with yourself and putting your foot down and saying, this is who I am. I'm not going to be changed by what somebody else thinks of me. And it's very confidence driven.
Okay, and what are your plans for the immediate future with this?
We
in the next couple months.
We want to tour with it a bunch next year. This year we kind of have, with everything going on, it's kind of everyone's in a waiting period with COVID, and so we're hoping that next year we can go on a lot of tours with it, and we hope that we can just have a lot of fun playing it live. There's this one song called I Don't Want to Lose My Friends, and we're so stoked but also terrified to play it because we're sure everyone's going to start crying, and so, but we definitely want to just go out there and sing along with our fans. So we really want to put out more I can't talk more music videos very soon, and just kind of let everybody see the album as well as hear it. Well, it's not really an album, EP, but so they can see the songs and just have like our visual representations of it. And so we're trying to possibly plan some shows in the upcoming months. Again, like we said, it's just kind of a waiting period, and we're trying to figure out what's going to be allowed and what's going on.
Right, okay. And you did some of these acoustic sets with your virtual tour this summer. I saw a couple of them during the summer. What was, in general, the reaction for those?
That was something that we did not expect, the reaction that we got, and people loved it. People were really needing it. They told us that they were so sad that they couldn't go out. They were so sad that our shows had gotten canceled, and so the fact that they were able to still listen to us on the day that they were supposed to be able to see us was something that meant so much to them, and we didn't realize how much of an impact it would really have until we just started doing it. And every night we would log on, and all of these people from all over the world were together and singing at their house. They would send us videos, and they were singing along and moshing along, and it was just so great to see that no matter what was going on in the world, we could still have that community, and everyone still felt like they were there and belonged, and it was really amazing.
Yeah, I saw there were a lot of comments on the ones I saw anyway. But you also have a video, I believe it's a video where you have fans asking questions to your parents, and your dad says that his favorite songs are ones that are unreleased, I believe. How many unreleased songs do you have, and are they actually recorded, and do you know when they'll come out, if so?
So we kind of always have like some secret weapons up our sleeve, and we try to have some stuff stockpiled, but you know, that's all you can know because they are secrets.
Okay, and then the next few questions are just kind of fun. Does your dog go on tour with you?
Oh my word, we wish. We wish. She's too crazy though. She's half boxer, half pit bull, so she has too much energy, and we cannot pick her. And she's too big too. She literally eats so much. Blue has guinea pigs now, but they are too small. They would literally get lost. Okay.
And in one of the live videos or the virtual tour videos, she's staring at the cupcakes. And like she wants to eat them, but I guess you guys throw them out into the crowd. What's the origin of that?
So it was actually Suday's birthday last year. We played a show at Metal in the Mountains. It was a festival in West Virginia. Yeah, it was in West Virginia, and it was on her actual birthday. And so she wanted to throw a sheet cake into the crowd, and we're like, that's not going to work. We can't do that. Said cupcakes because like they're smaller, and you know we wouldn't get as much trouble. And so we just ended up throwing them from stage for her birthday on the last song, and people like they went crazy. And so the next show we had, we're like, let's just do this again, and we ended up doing it the entire summer. And people started smearing the cupcake icing on themselves and calling themselves cupcake war survivors. And it was just like this whole thing, and they were wearing war paint, and everybody was sticky, but it was okay.
And if that doesn't show you what a GFM concert is, then I don't know what will.
Right. So do you rocket these at people, or do you toss them out nicely so that they can catch them and eat them?
We toss them. We have had some people, because we invite fans on stage. We pick, some people in the crowd. Don't ask. Sometimes people who ask. Sometimes it's special, like band members who get to like special guests on stage. So we'll pick whoever is there, and then we have told them, toss them nicely. We have had some people who literally like target and nail them, and we're like, all right, we're gonna get in trouble for that.
Right.
A little careful. There's children in the crowd. We don't want to hurt anybody.
Okay, and what are your favorite flavors of Pringles?
Pringles, I love the salted ones, like just the normal ones. I will eat those, like the entire can of them in one sitting. And then there was one, it was really good, like loaded baked potato or something. That one was really good.
My favorite is sour cream and onion. Ew. And then I think it's the pizza flavored one. It's the one at our cousin's house. They always have. I think it's pizza, and it's so good. I'm saying it was Maggie, the original, my favorite ever.
Okay. And where can people buy Princess Milk ice cream?
Honestly, I think we should actually make it for real. We should reach out to some people.
Well, you could even just make the containers. I'm sure people would buy them.
That's true.
And send like a
there.
T-shirt or something inside there.
Oh, Lord,
That is a great packaging idea. We're going to steal that.
Okay.
Have to send it down so we have the idea first.
Right. Okay, and back to some regular ones. What do you most want people to know about you as people and as a band?
just that we are here and we're being as genuine as possible, and we just want to really see the best in everybody and just help them find that strength that they have, because we've had people tell us, you know, your music saved my life, or your music has really helped me, and we want to always remind them that they're the one that has the strength. Like, it's not us saving you, you're saving yourselves. We're just glad that we had some small part in that.
And we want them to know that life is like, we can have fun in life, and I feel like there's a lot of stress, and not even just kids, but everyone's under this pressure of being the perfect person and doing this and getting 100% A's and getting the perfect job, and we want to be there for like, you know, an hour or 30 minutes on our Friday Night Lives just to take a breather and to relax and know that there's, like, you can have fun times in life, and even with all this pressure, there's still those times where you can just take a breather, calm down, you know, and chill with us.
Okay, and is there anything that you've always wanted to be asked but never were? Or is there anything that I haven't asked that you want to talk about?
What we just talked about that? What? You say it.
You can check out our YouTube channel. It's the GFM Band. We talked about it pretty often in this interview. We love doing skits and like hauls and baking videos and all of that stuff. So if you want to check out our kind of silly side, I feel like our silly side is 24/7, but the less musical silly side is on YouTube.
Okay, and do you have any parting words?
Just remember that whatever you're going through right now, if you're going through something, like, you have the strength to keep going and keep fighting. And, you know, we believe in Jesus, and if you would like to talk about that more, you can DM us. We run all of our social media. If you just need somebody to talk, we'll be more than happy to talk to you there on social media. Everything is the GFM Band, and so it's super easy to find us on all of the sites. And make sure to share and stream Operation Takeover, because it's really great. We really love it.
Okay, thank you so much for this.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us.
All right.